And if you're a boomer, you piggybacked off the greatest stock market in history, the biggest run-ups. And I know some boomers are going to be like, well, what about the crash of 2008? What about the dot-com? Boomers, I want you to come a little closer. I know you're watching on Facebook because you don't know how to use anything outside of Facebook or the mainstream news. Okay? The markets recovered and went to all-time highs. Why? Because of the monetary system. These boomers are so stupid and they're so arrogant. You guys brought in feminism, the endless love, which, again, took women out of the home, put them into the workplace, stopped families from forming. You know, it'd be beautiful to see families come back together again in this country, right? I remember growing up as a kid, I've told the story before, playing on the streets, riding my bike, going to the park, going up and down on the swing. You can't do that now. You get knifed by an immigrant. Are you kidding me? Or my native ancestors. Again, I'm one of the good ones. My native ancestors got a PR problem, huge PR problem. But this is part of the problem. This is the reality. This is not the way that things should be. This is the way that the things are. And I don't think most boomers realize how bad they're going to get it, right? They think, well, as long as my house keeps going up in value and my Canadian pension Ponzi, my Canadian pension plan keeps coming in, I'll be okay. You'll get your money, but the pension plan might buy you a loaf of bread. Literally, that is what is going to happen to these boomers. And you know what's going to be sad? My generation is going to have to take care of them because they're so stupid. And you know what I find fascinating? Despite the arrogance of the boomers, to think that the world hasn't changed and the government would not screw you and does not have your best interest at heart, despite all of that, the boomers that have failed to build wealth and to at least provide some type of a nest egg, and granted, they're probably going to lose most of it to taxes after they croak because they haven't set it up properly because, again, they're so selfish, they don't think about their kids. I've heard so many boomers talk about, I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy the riches of my hard work. So you're going to leave your offspring to absolutely cook, right? What is the entire purpose of having kids? When I have kids, the entire purpose of me having a son or a daughter is to make the better version of me, to have them be more successful than I am. I should look like an F up compared to them. They should be so much better than I am, right? My entire, shall we say, wealth formula, money strategy for my life personally, is trying to build wealth and trying to build a nest egg so that I can take care of my future family, and those can be assets that are passed down to my kids and then go down to their kids and then down to their kids. Because my family last name, my bloodline, my inner circle, my family needs me to do that. Because I'm not going to allow my future kids to be like my generation, getting cooked by the boomers. At all. Everybody is in debt. A car costs today what a house cost 30 years ago. Does anybody realize what is going on here? Am I the only one in this country that realizes how cooked things are? Now, to play devil's avocado to myself, there are stages, okay? There's stage one, where the boomers think, well, if I just keep voting somewhat socialist, aka NDP or liberal, they'll keep my checks rolling in. Housing market will stay hot. That's cool. That's all I care about. Okay. Next level. You're a conservative male. I can't wait for the next election. If we can just get one more election, we can get them out of there, and then we can get the conservatives in. No, you are not red-pilled enough. We are one more election away from the government becoming more tyrannical, taking more of your stuff, and confiscating your life, and taking away your freedoms. I'm not like a lot of you conservative males that think, one more election, that'll save us. No, it's going to get worse. Think about this. I just had my 30th birthday, and thank you for everybody for the birthday wishes. In the 30 years of life that I've had in this country, on this planet, I have not seen one improvement. I haven't seen a single thing in my 30 years of life get better. What makes you think all of a sudden some election is going to come by in the next 1 to 4 years, depending on how many more seats they steal in their fake majority, and they're going to fix your life? Liberals, conservatives. Here's a big red pill for you. Okay, I'm on the other side where I've realized there is no political solution. The government is just simply the middlemen, right? Mark Carney and the boys, they're not even in charge. They are simply the middlemen, the Amazon, to facilitate the sale, right? The people that are actually in charge, they make the decisions, they fund the politicians, and then tell them what to do to us. There is no fixing it. And if people realize this, there actually may be some change. But another big problem with the boomers is this acceptance of mediocrity. You can be fat, you can be shaped like a keg, and it's okay. I think we need to bring back fat shaming. I look around everywhere. Everybody's fat, obese. It's absolutely disgusting. Where is your standards? Right? I was having this argument with somebody the other day. If you are fat, you should be absolutely ashamed. Can you be a nice person? Yes, you can be fat and a nice person. Can you be fat and a funny person? Yes, you can be absolutely hilarious. You can be all those things. But it It is literally impossible to respect somebody who is fat, simply because it is the simplest thing to do to stop eating. Do nothing, right? This is it. This is not being fat. This is not shoving donuts and food in my face at 7 in the morning. 8 a.m. Gotta have my breakfast. 9 a.m. Gotta have my snack. 11. Lunchtime. Time for my midday snack at 2. Stop. Stop eating. It's fine. Your ancestors would go 2-3 days without eating and just have water. They live. They look great. Look at old school photos, old school yearbook photos. There was nobody fat. Look at every school classroom. Everybody's fat. Look at every corner. Every time I go to the United States, everybody's like Jabba the Hutt. Where are your standards, people? Where is your pride, right? Here's another thought for you. If I have kids and I am fat, which I'll never be fat, and I'm not saying you got to be six-pack ab jack, because trust me, look, I look good, I look lean and mean, but I'm not six-pack ab shredded like a bodybuilder. But I'm happy with where I'm at and striving for more. If I'm fat, you cannot tell me that I'm going to live longer than somebody that looks like me. If you look like Jabba the Hutt, you're going to die sooner. Don't you owe it to your kids? Don't you owe it to your kids to live long enough to be there for them, to support them, and to be the father that you're supposed to be? Mother as well. The women are like bowling balls as well. Ladies, I haven't forgotten about you. But to the men, where is your pride and where is your discipline on that? Absolutely disgusting. Where are your standards? Shouldn't you be around to be the father that you're supposed to be? We have this entire generation caused by the boomers, where the women grew up in fatherless homes and looked to seek attention from the men, bring in the feminist agenda of endless fun and no consequences for being promiscuous. You had the recipe for disaster that we have today. And then you have the busted up families where it is now these feminist single mothers raising all the men. And then you wonder why the men are like soy boys, right? Where are the good men? Where are the menacing men? You cannot be a men. You cannot spell men without the word menace, and vice versa. Men need to be menacing again. Here's my political campaign. Make men menacing again. Because this is what the political elites are scared of. They are scared of men coming together, because it's not women that make this shit happen. It is men, right? When women protest for an abortion, it is annoying. It's an inconvenience because they close down the road. By the way, since the year 2000, I've said this stat, I'll keep harping on this. Year 2000, 3.3 million abortions in this country, but 8.1 million newborns. That is over 25% of every pregnancy in this damn country, almost since the year that I was born, have been headshotted. This is the reality. Things are not changing. Right? The boomers left an absolute shitstorm of a mess that we in my generation have to clean up. And no, again, to the boomers, it is not the matcha lattes or the avocado toast that is making us poor. It is the debt-based monetary system that you people voted in, because you boomers are so selfish. You don't even think about your future kids, your future families, your future offspring. None of that. You don't think about any of that except for yourselves and your own personal pleasures. My entire life I've accepted as dedicated to building as much wealth as possible so that I can sustain a future family and sustain my future kids, and to fix the problems that are coming from my bloodline, because nobody's coming to save me except for me. And this is the overall theme of every single video on this channel. What can you do in the shoes that you are in to fix your situation? The government is, if you think the government is coming to save you, you are retarded. You are literally retarded. You think the government in Canada is going to come save you. It doesn't matter if it's my PP, Pierre Poilievre, Mark Carney. The only solution really that I see is Maxime Bernier, who's remotely over the core of the issues. But the problem is there would be so much suffering involved for the average Canadian. It would be unpalatable, unsatiable. So therefore, unless the population wakes up and realizes that that is the solution, zero immigrants, no more social programs, no more free shit, sorry natives, sorry to my ancestors, you can't live out the government anymore, healthcare, you're going to have to pay for that yourself, sorry, no more working for the government with completely overinflated wages. It's not going to happen. 30% of the country works for the government. Nobody is coming to save you. What can you do? Yes, the boomers caused this. Unfortunately, can't do anything about it except control the shoes that you are in, and myself as well. Become a channel member. It's 99 cents, and you can watch all my videos that are scheduled, ready to go live right now, and support the content creation like this. I don't see anybody else on YouTube talking about this. None of the other conservative commentators that are paid by the Conservative Party of Canada or all the other movements that are shaped like pears. Subscribe. Comment section as well, people. What did I hit in the head? What did I miss? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I look forward to reading all your comments in the comment section below. And if you have a suggestion for a future video, channel members, your suggestions become videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.